Widely regarded as one of the most empowering voices in motivational speaking today, Schellie Fan is a highly sought-after keynote speaker, emotional intelligence expert, conflict management strategist, and best-selling author. Leveraging nearly 25 years of professional experience as a mental health practitioner, Schellie is on a mission to impact audiences worldwide. Revered as America's emotional intelligence expert, Schellie has become the leading authority on igniting emotional healing and empowering people to live the life of their dreams. She is the founder of the Teach Me How to Heal conference and events that endeavors to teach overcomers the secret sauce to mental health. Embodying her mantra of live in your smile, she believes everyone can experience total life prosperity by applying her proven success principles. Are you ready? On your mark, get set. You are ready for your transformation experience.
Hello, everybody, and happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to you all. Come on in. We've been given another day, another opportunity to get it right, another opportunity to be better than who we were yesterday, another opportunity to actually live up to the capacity, our God-given capacity on the inside of us. I do not take a new day for granted. I don't go about it with mediocrity. I come with great gratitude that I have been given yet another opportunity. Hallelujah. Another opportunity to live out my marching orders. So, for those of you who do not know me, I am Schellie Fan, the CEO and owner of Ask Schellie Consulting, and I am the visionary and the founder of the Teach Me How to Heal conference. And guess what? Every year since 2023, started in 2022, we have been hosting conferences and retreats that endeavor to give individuals a little taste, a psychoeducation regarding the secret sauce to authentically living in your smile, practical skills to optimizing your emotional health, the practical skills to ensuring that you are showing up healthy in your marriages, in your parenting, in your careers, addressing that negative self-talk, overcoming that depression, learning how to do it afraid, learning how to do it anxious. I am talking about my life calling, which is to encourage, empower, and educate people on how to live well. And living well is it really needs, in order to live well, we have to take on the responsibility to truly understand why we think the way that we think, why we feel the way that we feel, why we show up the way that we show up, how we choose the way that we choose. There is a formula to that. There are answers to that. As a psychotherapist, I get to work with individuals who have committed their lives to overcome emotional injury. I get to work with married couples and helping them to overcome their intimacy challenges. I get to consult with corporations and helping them to learn the true dynamics, the true formula to maximizing peak performance, right? Or achieving peak performance. And I do that through teaching conflict management strategies, etc. And man, oh man, I get to host these conferences. And so, like I said, in 2022, I went ahead and accepted the marching orders to host the Teach Me How to Heal conference. And we had our first one in Orlando, April 2023. It was a general conference. The next time we had a women's retreat in January of 2025. That same year, we had a Teach Me How to Heal conference specifically for clinicians who wanted to take the mighty and amazing work that they do to a stage. And we did that in Detroit. That same year, Teach Me How to Heal, we hosted that in Long Island, New York. And now we are right back here in Orlando on April 19th. This year, in about a month now, we are going to have Teach Me How to Heal right here in Orlando, Florida. But it's a little bit different. It is a little bit different, because this time the conference is for men only, and it is the Iron Sharpens Iron Men's Only mental health conference. No estrogen in that space. And we have curated this safe space to address the unique aspects of emotional health in men. Since I have launched this event, since my team has launched this event, the support that we have received has been phenomenal. It literally at times feels like overwhelm, and a good overwhelm, because I have had individuals come to me and say, this is the best thing that could happen to and for our community. One of those individuals is a great man. He is a superman, in my opinion. And after having a conversation with him, I knew there were no doubts at that point that we had to host the Iron Sharpens Iron Men's Only Conference right here in Orlando this year. And so it is on. And it is popping. We have amazing speakers. We have a lineup of about 12 speakers that are coming to pour into the attendees of the Iron Sharpens Iron Men Only Mental Health Conference. And one of them is Allie Braswell Jr. Yes, Allie Braswell Jr. And before we bring him to the virtual stage, I'm going to make sure that you know exactly who I am talking about. Give me one moment. All right, here we go. Mr. Allie L. Braswell Jr. See, you are an amazing person when you have about 4 different syllables to your name, okay? Mr. Allie L. Braswell Jr., a distinguished entrepreneur, author, speaker, and civic leader, brings extensive experience in business leadership and community engagement. As the founder and CEO of the Braswell Group, he excels in innovative consulting, translating broad strategies into actionable plans for results-oriented leadership and corporate community engagement. With a commitment to care, which is an acronym for compassion, appreciation, respect, and empathy, he helps organizations foster people-first cultures that drive meaningful impact. A certified virtual speaker and credit union development educator, Allie champions leadership strategies that empower businesses to cultivate trust, collaboration, and sustainable community impact through his SHIPS framework: scholarships, partnership, sponsorship, ownership, and relationship. Previously a senior vice president at ViStar Credit Union, Allie led initiatives that strengthen workplace culture, increase leadership representation, and position the organization as a best place to work. His tenure at the Walt Disney World Company resulted in transformative talent development programs, including a 150% increase in participation. And let me read that again. His tenure at the Walt Disney World Company resulted in transformative talent development programs, including a 150% increase in participation. As president of the Central Florida Urban League, he advanced economic growth through job creation and housing initiatives. A 12-year U.S. Marine Corps veteran, Allie embodies resilience and service. His book, Engage, Invest, Grow, offers a blueprint for building strong, mutually rewarding relationships. Honored as the Small Business Advocate of the Year 2024 and recipient of the CXO Outstanding Leadership Award 2024, Allie is committed to putting care back into business, ensuring every workplace and marketplace thrives through empathy, trust, and engagement. Ladies and gentlemen, he said yes to being a speaker at the Iron Sharpens Iron Men's Only Conference. His story is powerful. It is influential and it is inspiring. And for those of you who don't understand the difference, influence can be motivational. Inspiration is activating. Inspiration is what causes people to do life different in order to achieve different outcomes. He is a motivational, transformational, and inspiring speaker, and he will be at the Iron Sharpens Iron Mental Health Conference. So please put your virtual hands together. Stand up on your feet wherever you are, driving your car, eating your lunch, whatever that is. Give honor where it's due. Please help me in welcoming to our virtual stage, Allie Braswell Jr. Yay!
Hey, Schellie, it's so good to be here with you. And wow, every time I hear that, I go, is that me? So I'm going to ask you, is that me?
It is you. And listen, I know that, first of all, your bio is amazing. Congratulations on living out your purpose. Congratulations on saying yes to your marching orders. I know it may look easy, and it is not. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your service to this country. God bless you. Great, great, great is your reward. Tell us a little bit more about you.
You know, folks, it's so good to be here with Schellie Fan, you know, and we also have this thing we call a constitutional bond, because that's my soror. And as a Sigma, a proud Sigma, you know, when we can give back to community, it really does help us do what we say is what Sigmas are. It's all about culture for service and service for humanity. So I got to find the organization that fits my passion, Schellie. And more about me, I'm a little kid from Oviedo, Florida, that parents told that you could be anything you wanted to be. My teachers told me that if you put your mind to it, Mr. Braswell, and use your gift of gab, you could probably think, you know, that means I talked a lot in class. If you use the gift of gab for good purposes, you can go out here and make a difference. And that's what my life has been. I am so blessed in my 63rd trip around the sun to be able to turn around and say, life is worth living. Let's live it. And, you know, my topic that I'm coming to bring to the stage to help heal men, as we're going to iron sharpen iron on April 19th, is that you don't know how strong you are until you have to be as strong as you are. I'm going to talk about things that's going to talk about how to understand and acknowledge our emotions. A lot of times, Schellie, men don't talk about our emotions. We've been told you got to hide them. In the Marine Corps, I was like, you know, we don't cry about it. We are about it. So I'm excited to come in and share those topics. And I'm going to talk about how you leverage your inner strength and your faith to get you through the challenging times. And then we're going to really talk some coping strategies to help you move forward. And then how to not be caught up in the taboo of not seeking professional help. We need to reach out to the Shellies of the world who can help us navigate and have real tools to make a difference. And I know the other 11 speakers are going to bring those same types of tools to the table. So gentlemen, you need to be in the room. If you're not in the room, you're going to get left behind. Because see, as I have navigated my life, I've had the ups, the downs. I've been on that Olympic roller coaster called life, and I've been able to come through it. And what I want to do, and my thing about it, is paying it forward. As Schellie said earlier, didn't mean to do an infomercial, but I'll tell you, care really is what I'm all about right now. I'm writing a new book on it, a new framework, which is about showing compassion and appreciation and respect and empathy towards others, especially in leaders. So if you're a leader and you want to learn how to move yourself ahead and help your team, be in the room. If you're a young man that's out here learning and getting on board for the first time, be in the room. And if you know what, because we all get to turn around and say, ask Schellie. So I'm going to ask Schellie. I hope that covered what you wanted me to say, but I'm just so excited. You got me fired up listening to you, just waiting to come onto the stage, but I'm excited to join you.
You know, we have known one another. We have been in the same spaces and places, but it wasn't until iron sharpens iron that we actually had an opportunity to meet. And someone of your caliber, traveling the United States and beyond, doing this great work that you do, you still said yes. April is a very busy month for many, and you still said yes. Why did you say yes to being a speaker for the Iron Sharpens Iron Men's Conference?
You know, Shelly, when you asked, we have to give of ourselves if we expect to get anything in return. That's the cycle. That's the secret. You know, everybody keeps writing a book about the secret. The secret is you got to give before you get. So when you asked to come on, you know, what a time to come on. It's right after tax season. We've been through a very tumultuous transition of leadership in our country. And if I can help just one individual be able to navigate the challenge in their life by sharing a nugget here or dropping a nugget there, you know, that's what I think the price I pay to exist on this earth. You know, as I stated earlier, I'm a proud 63-year-old. Hope I don't look it. You know, black don't crack.
You do not. You do not.
You know, but I've made a pact with God. If He leaves me here for 37 more years, I'm gonna do my level best to help better humanity by putting some care back into being human. So, what better place to start than with men when we often see mental health as a taboo and won't embrace it? And Teach Me How to Heal is all about that. This is the opportunity to give back. You know, we often make relationship deposits. We've done that over the years. Now it's time to make a withdrawal. And when you called, your bank account was full. I checked the balance and I said, I'm showing up.
I love it. You know, I've been doing this work for almost 3 decades now. And I've had the opportunity to work with men in wearing my psychotherapeutic hat, in addition to all of the other hats that I wear. But the area that I see the most vulnerability or lack thereof is within my practice. That's specifically providing psychotherapeutic care and interventions for individuals who are trying to overcome trauma, trying to overcome other symptomology, whether that be depression or anxiety, stagnation, procrastination, attention deficits, you name it. And what I have found is most of the time when I have the opportunity and the privilege to work with men, they were pushed to be there, right? I'm not saying that they don't have motivation afterward, but usually the initial push was their wife, a loved one. And so they come very resistant until they are no longer resistant. And at that point, that's when the healing really happens. In my work, and I think about the most challenging moments, I think about being 9 months pregnant and performing CPR on a gentleman, a veteran at that, who was an alcoholic and literally drank himself to death. Now, by the time his body was found, it was too late, and it was considered an unintentional suicide, if you will. I think about the call that I got when a family arrived home, a mother and her daughters, and dad had hung himself downstairs in the basement. I have worked with individuals who feel stuck, who feel unsupported, and feel like their own homes or even the interactions with their own wives find those as unsafe spaces to be vulnerable. What would you have to say about the importance of men taking the time to address their mental health?
Well, you know, you are so spot on. A lot of times it's either the job or a loved one that pushes men towards it. But I hope to be able to take that barrier down. You know, you referenced the men that are near and dear to my heart are veterans. 22 veterans take their life every day.
Wow.
And that number's not going down. In fact, I've been given recent data that says it's going up because of the despair, because they don't know where to turn, because society has taught us that it's weak to seek help. And I want this conference to be able to help educate men on, no, it is being so strong and using that inner strength in your faith to be able to step up and reach out for help. You know, if you were in a stream and being pulled away by the current and somebody dropped a rope, you'd reach up and grab onto that rope. Well, that's what mental health advocacy, the mental health professionals are there to do, is to throw and extend that rope. And brothers, I want to reach out to you, and that's brothers of every color, every background. I want to say it's okay to say that I need help. Because when we reach out for help, that's when we can heal. And when we heal, that's when we can be better and be there for our families and be there 100%. I'm going to share my own personal journey of why I tell you, you don't know how strong you are until you need to be as strong as you are. I found that out in a tragic day, but I won't drop the nugget. You got to be in the room to hear it. But I will tell you, on a very traumatic day in my life, and then the days that followed thereafter, I found out how strong I was because I had my faith to lean on. And then I looked internally and I found the strength to continue to go. And here's the deal. Everybody has it. Everybody has it. But we have to learn how to unlock it. And we learn how to unlock it by reaching out for that help, extending that olive branch, being vulnerable for a moment. Being vulnerable for a moment may get you a lifetime. And that's why I want you to be in that room and listen to these professionals that are going to bring it for real, that are going to do real talk, and then give you a call to action on how you can help yourself and help others in your community. And brothers, we need to come together and share openly and honestly with each other. Nobody ever puts on Facebook the struggling moments. When you look at my Facebook, everybody's like, you're doing great. Everything looks great in your world. But let me tell you, I know that there's struggle because I go through it. What I choose to show out there may be what I hide. I love some of the commercials, although they come on very frequently, that says, I may be hiding my depression or my anxiety behind a mask. Brothers, I want you to peel that off. And on April 19th, be in the room so we can teach you how to heal as we take iron and sharpen iron. When you look at a sword, it doesn't get its edge until it comes up against another piece of metal. Be that metal in the room that we're going to sharpen and allow you to go out here and achieve all the great things by removing the issues, that roadblock which says we can't plug into mental health and be able to move forward.
I love that. Thank you for that. Man, you were talking and a statistic flashed in my head, and I may or may not have shared it on Facebook. 75% of successful suicides in this country are men. 75%. That is extremely high. As I say this, I also feel inclined to share this. Not only is this conference an opportunity for men to address their wounds, to address their challenges, but it's also for the person who may feel and truly believe that they are well. Because when it comes to wellness and quality of life, it's a spectrum. It can go from being completely stable, secure, and functional and whole, all the way to being in a situation where you need the help that you need because you are at imminent risk of harming yourself and others. That's a spectrum, and we all fall somewhere on that spectrum. So whether you are doing great and doing well, whether you feel like your struggles are minor or moderate, or whether you are in your awareness that you need some major help, this conference is for you. We all have the responsibility to be intentional about our personal development. So going to this conference is a personal development opportunity where you can go in, learn new information, allow it to reinforce what you already know, hear and learn from the presenters, those who are sharing their stories. It is an opportunity for growth and development. Time out for allowing calamity to dictate the decisions that we make in our lives. Our change needs to be voluntary, not just involuntary. And what I mean by that is like getting to a point where you've lost your job, now you're trying to get the help. Your alcoholism is out of control, now you're trying to get help. Your wife left you, now you're trying to get help. Your children are out of control and you're trying to get help. For those who are in those spaces and you're coming to be reactive to something that's going on in your life, this conference is for you. For those who are there and feeling like you are much more stable, this conference is also for you. No matter where you fall on the spectrum, this conference is for you, because Iron sharpens iron. What would you say, Allie, to the man that is on the fence about coming, like, I don't know if I need all that, and they're looking at the cost or whatever that is? Like, what would you say to the person riding the fence on this?
Well, Schellie, what I would tell you or tell them, and what I'm speaking to you right now, is you should be in the room, because if you think about it, an Olympic athlete, I referenced that earlier, looks for a coach. In order to be the best and high performing individual that they can, they look for someone who can help bring the best out of them. Think of this as an investment in yourself. In order to be that high performing individual that you choose to be, and I believe everyone wants that, we got to work on all aspects. So when we look at our bodies, we go out and we run and we work on our health. We go in the gym, we'll throw around the weights, we'll actually throw around the round ball on the court and to improve our game. Every athlete, every person that I know, every man that I know that is successful spends time cultivating and growing from within. This is that time to work on that mental health piece and remove the taboo and say, if I'm sitting on the fence, I at least owe it to myself to find out if they're halfway right. It's going to be a great opportunity, because there's going to be 100 men in the room seeking the same thing, and you begin to build a support system with each other. And I truly believe that you'll be the 100 that'll reach 10 times that by reaching out. We'll hit another 1,000 through each one of our circles of influence. And through those thousands, we'll reach another 10,000. I truly believe that 100 men can begin to change and affect other men across all walks of life. But you got to be in the room. You can't get it by tuning into it afterwards. The conversations that will happen amongst the participants will be incredible to help you move forward. So I encourage you, don't sit on the fence. It's kind of a hard sit, even if you sit there. I'm going to literal, but I'm going to tell you, get off the fence, jump in the game, and make a difference for yourself.
Very well said. I need you to do just one more thing for me, and I promise we are gonna close, guys, because there is nothing else to be said. You are a Marine. It makes me want to stand up at an attention for some reason. Like, I just want to just and not move until I get an at ease or whatever the command is for that. How does operating in strength as a man and vulnerability coexist? Does it coexist? Can it coexist? I think that there's this misconception that they don't coexist, that you cannot operate in whatever those definitions are of masculinity and be vulnerable at the same time. I'd love to hear from a Marine. I'd love to hear what you have to say about vulnerability, especially since it's such an important part of healing.
Well, truly, you take me back to when, as a young Marine, you're taught how to be strong. You're taught that you can go out and achieve anything. But the first thing is, in order for you to be that powerful Marine, they had to take you from the civilian that you were before you got there. They had to tear you down, and that's when you're at your most vulnerable. But when they expose you and you begin to learn who you are and who you can be, that's when they build you into being the Marines, the few, the proud, the ones that'll go out there when the odds are against us and we achieve amazing things. I think of every Marine that has ever been in the uniform, and our motto is to be able to go out there and have honor, courage. The courage is what we're asking you to do now. Have the courage to invest in yourself, as we did as young Marines. And that has propelled me through my career. It's hard to believe I've been out the Corps now over 30 years, but the hallmarks of what the Corps is lives within me. And it was steeped into me when I was at my most vulnerable, when I was at that point where they could actually mold me into being who I wanted to be in the future. And it would take me a lifetime. So if that's what you're looking for, be in the room. The mental toughness, the ability to overcome, the ability to coach yourself and learn from others. That's what's going to happen on April 19th. I look forward to seeing you there.
Thank you so much for saying yes, Allie. Guys, www.teachmehowtoheal.com. Run there right now and register. On April 19th, we will be at the DoubleTree Hotel, and we will see you there. God bless you all. Thank you.